Alright guys, so today we're going to be working on section 4.3 extension. Alright, so we're going to split this into two parts. We're going to keep it pretty short today, get you guys back to being in school. Alright, so for the first part, well, for both of them, we're going to be talking about something called composite figures. Forgive my handwriting on the touchscreen. All right, I will provide a written version of the definition in the class announcement today, but basically a composite figure is two or more figures put together. So say you have a rectangle with a triangle, right? That's basically an arrow. It's a composite figure. You have the rectangle part and the triangle part. I could separate them with a dashed line here. Okay. You could have, say you have a square and a parallelogram. Okay. That would be a composite figure. Okay. And you could put a dashed line to show the separation, but it's two or more figures that are put together. So today we're going to be trying to find the area of composite figures. You are going to draw on the area formulas you know already. We're not going to be learning any more formulas. We're just learning how to recognize which ones we need and put them together to find the area. All right, so let me give you an example. Say I have a composite figure, all right? I'm going to put the top side up here. It's going to be 1, 2, 4. Let me redraw that line. Okay. Okay. It's going to go horizontally, 4 grids. We're going to go down 6 grid squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, same thing on this side. Okay, but we're not going to close it off there. All right. What we're going to do, let's see. Oop, let me undo that. Got a side there. Side there. I'm a perfectionist and I can't be perfect in this case. All right, but here's our figure. In any case, all right. It's a composite figure. It's roughly, we have on this top side of it, if I separate it off, we have a rectangle and a trapezoid on the bottom. Okay. So using the formula for the area of a rectangle and the area of a trapezoid, we could find the area, which would be the measure of all the space inside this entire figure. Okay. So let's start off with the easy part, area of a rectangle. Now, if you recall, area of a rectangle is length times width. In this case, our rectangle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grid squares. All right, so we'll call that our length. So we'll say area equals 6 times, and then it is 1, 2, 3, 4 grid squares wide. So our area for this rectangle is going to be 6 times 4, which should give you 24. We're going to say units squared. That's just for the rectangle part, okay? We're going to use units because we're not told whether these grid squares represent inches or feet or miles or anything like that. So we just use the generic units. And of course, area is always squared. Okay, now the tricky part's going to be finding the area of this trapezoid. Okay, so remember, our area formula for a trapezoid is A equals 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. Okay, so let's fill in what we can here. Here equals 1/2 stays the same times, okay, my height is the distance between my two bases, and the bases are the two parallel sides. We kind of have to imagine this dashed line as the side of the trapezoid, even though it's not really a side of the figure. All right, this is going to be like one of our bases, okay? So is this, okay? And this is a side of the composite figure, but this is also a base. These two are our bases because they're parallel, okay? So the set of parallel sides in the trapezoid count as your bases. Your height is the distance between them. In this case, the height is 2. It's 1, 2, from the bottom of the trapezoid to the top, from one base to the other. So we're going to have 1/2 times 2 for our height. And then in parentheses, our base 1, let's count this top one, is 1, 2, 3, 4 grid squares long. So 4 plus, and this bottom one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 grid squares. 4 plus 8. Okay, you go ahead, you take it one step at a time. So we do what's in parentheses first. All right, times 2 times 12. 4 plus 8 is 12, right? And now we multiply 1/2. You could use 0.5 in your calculator. Times 2 times 12. All right, and you should get an area, in this case, of 12 units squared. Okay, so the area of our trapezoid is 12 units squared. But remember, we're asked to find the area of the entire composite figure. So now all we have to do is add our two, our area of our rectangle and our area of our trapezoid, 24 plus 12, and we get an area of 36 units squared. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that today. I gave you guys a very short classwork. They're not all going to be exactly like this. You might have, instead of a rectangle and a trapezoid, you might have, say, a square and a triangle. Okay, so you just have to recognize what formulas you should be using. You're free to have your formulas at your side. Remember, we have squares, rectangles, triangles, trapezoids, parallelograms, you might see. So use the correct formulas. All right, look at what you could split the shape into. All right, good luck, guys. And please, please, please let me know if you have any questions.